the synagogue and hotel, the other cabins, the cabin where I'm staying alone and no one else is in the cabin with me. There's a house there, either the rabbi or the mashkiach, someone, I don't know who lives there. Before I show you the whole cabin in my room, I'd like to just show you what I got for 18 bucks, y'all. A 6-pack of Corona, a Red Bull, baby wipes, a little bottle of Nemiroff vodka, 2 Stellas, I believe half a liter, I think. Some Ukrainian beer, 2 Budweisers, and 2 bottles of water. For 18 bucks, I mean, I think that's pretty good, you know, comparing this to what I would pay in the USA or in Israel, you know. This is what I got for $18. I think it's pretty good. I'm saying in Israel, this would cost at least $2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be double or 3 times the price. Maybe I'm just overestimating, but I think it's a pretty good deal for 18 bucks. I mean, this will definitely get me through the day, you know. Yeah, so I'm going to put all that in the fridge. In here I have some snacks that I got earlier that I never used because I've been eating very well here. They've been feeding me very well. I got some pickles. This was on the way in a random town. I got some pickles, almonds, and what type of cheese is this? I know it's cheese, you know. So I'm gonna take a Budweiser, a Corona, and a Stella. And the rest can go in the fridge for later. Yo, sorry, I know this part of the video. I don't know, it's the camera is shaky and whatever. It's hard for me to do all this and be on the camera, you know? What else? Okay, this is good for now. Yeah, I'm the only one in this cabin. Everyone else is staying in the hotel in the synagogue. Here on the first floor, so you have a bathroom. I think this is the bathroom, yeah. You have a little, whatever, you know, shower, toilet. And then you have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. I asked to stay on the second floor. I felt like I should be upstairs. It's actually much nicer up there anyway. What do I need right now? I need the vodka, the Red Bull. These I'll come get later when I have a free hand. Okay. You know, thank God gave me good big hands and long fingers, you know. It's for this moment right here. And other naughty moments, but we won't talk about that. Got a little place to chill right here. This is like the only place in the whole house that has decent service. That's another bathroom, another room. Now these 2 rooms, oh, and then the porch, obviously. This room here and this room here are the same. This one's mine. These rooms are a little more expensive. Instead of $20 per bed, it's $25 per bed. And it's just slightly bigger. It's the same as the other rooms, just slightly bigger. Also, you have a direct access to the porch, which is a big, big plus. And also you have your own private bathroom in the room, which is a big plus. Plus it has a bathtub, jacuzzi type of situation. Obviously a big, big plus. Also the other bathrooms, the public bathrooms, whatever, they don't have heaters. This bathroom has a heater, which is nice. I've been using that. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to turn on the jacuzzi. I mean, I didn't even try, but I'm saying I don't see a switch. I was wondering if it's one of these guys, but I don't want to mess around with it. I should ask them at the front desk maybe. But it's interesting. I can't even stand up in the shower. So I've showered twice since I got here. I showered sitting down, which is actually a major chill. Yo, I don't know what they're building out there. Building like what? A fence or like a drainage situation? I don't know. So yeah, let's do some type of chill. Yo, I would do this like live, but there's no internet, so I figured better just record it. This is all my clothing and shit. This is like my clean clothes. My dirty clothes I just put there. I'm saying there's no one here besides me. No one's in these. The whole 2-floor cabin is to myself. Like I said, everyone else is chilling in the fancy hotel that's attached to the synagogue. It's actually really good service here. Like yesterday, I went out for like an hour. Got lost, whatever. Got a ride with 2 drunk Ukrainians back home. In the morning, I came back. My bed was made. The towels were changed, clean towels. They refilled the waters because there was like a water bottle in each corner. So they refilled the water. Gave me a small, like, I don't know. It was just really cool. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't expect there to be room service while I'm gone. That was awesome. So, okay, so let's get drunk, bro. Because being sober is not a chill. What? The cups are different. Not even the same. Okay. So we're going to start like this, rinsing this stuff because you never know. First of all, sometimes you can actually see that they're dirty, but even if they look clean, I like to rinse there. When I don't rinse them and I try to drink it, I always start feeling weird shit in my mouth, and I don't know if I'm imagining it or not, but better safe than sorry. Better just wash it really well. You know, even though, whatever. Saying even if you're going to use a cup, you should wash the top, I think. And also the water here is not even drinkable. So like, you could say like, why am I washing it with dirty water? But whatever, it's better than nothing, right? Oh, that's me. Hey. I got to cry this morning. I like to cry, but it's just not always my chill, you know? It's hard for me to cry. And I felt like crying a lot since I got here, but it just wasn't working out. Like, I don't know, a couple times I got close and then got disturbed or got distracted. And then this morning I was sitting in the synagogue and I was like just missing my family and feeling a little lonely and broken. And I was just about to start crying. And then some dude came over to me and he's like, yo, you know, it's like weird to us that you're not like joining in the prayer, because they were up to the part where like they were all going around the middle of the synagogue in a circle with the 4 species of the holiday, you know. And they're like, yo, it's weird that you're not joining us. And also like they're drinking beer here and like not in the, like we drink beer just like in the sukkah. That's a Chabad custom, by the way. Regular Jews will drink beer out of the sukkah, or do anything out of the sukkah other than like eating like a bread type of food or wine. As long as it's not bread or like a bread type of situation or wine, you don't really need to be in the sukkah. Chabad is more strict. Chabad even drinks even water they only drink in the sukkah. But anyways, he's like, yeah, we drink beer in the sukkah. But yeah, that got me pissed. That dude pissed me off, so I just left, even though I was the 10th dude on their minyan. Like, you have to pray with 10, whatever. I was their 10th guy, so I just left them without a minyan. Like, yo, you know what? You don't want me here with my beer? You go fuck yourself, right? So I left, and then some dude came out, and he's like, yo, we need you for the minyan. I was like, no. Then the original guy came out, and he's like, trying to tell me, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. I told him, you know, just fuck off. And then I went down to the river, and then I started crying, you know, a little bit. I took a video, which kind of ruined it for me. I should have just cried, but I like to share, you know. All right, yo, how do we start this party, bro? I'm gonna start with vodka, I guess, in here with Red Bull, and then beer in here. Oh my God. I was ready to leave, by the way. This after this whole incident, after the river, I went to breakfast or whatever. But then I was like, I was on the way to the store, and I was thinking like, dude, I'm just gonna leave. I'm ready to leave. You know. I'm glad I'm gonna stay though, at least for a couple of days. I don't know. Yeah, I was just ready to leave. Like, yo, fuck this place, fuck these people. You know. My beer opener. Yesterday's water bottle. These are the water bottles they left on the table. These small little bottles. Yeah, they sell beer here in the store here. There's a store in the synagogue situation. But it's like $3 a beer. I'm saying I got 2, 4. Yeah, I bought 10 beers this morning at the store just now. With other stuff for 18 bucks. Just the 10 beers would have cost me 30 bucks, you know? So yeah, it's better I went to the store. That's why I went to the store to buy my shit. Okay, thank you Hashem. Brought me here to Hadij, giving me a good time. Thank you Hashem Chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Melech haolam. Shehakol nהיה bidvaro.
Уже заебало. Да я вижу. Я вижу. Бумага качать, видео скачивать.
You know how hotel rooms have a Bible in the nightstand? I was thinking here they should put a Tanya in the nightstand, you know? That was cool. Did you see that? Oh. I prefer the taste of matches over a lighter, but these matches taste weird. And I noticed when they burn firewood here, it also smells weird, and the smell and the taste is the same. I feel like they just use a funny type of chemical on their wood here, like for firewood and for matches, some type of flammable chemical. I asked someone, he's like, no, it's just the wood. I don't believe that. I think it's a chemical. I think they put chemicals in the wood here. So, the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov was a fairly unknown character in his early life. I don't know when he became very big and famous. He had tremendous opposition, meaning a lot of people thought he was crazy. But he's the father of the whole Hasidic movement. What's Hasidic? Hasidic is taking the teachings of Kabbalah and clothing them in a garment that's more accessible and more practical. Instead of just being esoteric and like hard to connect with and just for like the very elite of the elite, you know, the Kabbalistic, secret Kabbalistic schools, the Baal Shem Tov took all that and brought it down to the people so that it's practical for everyday laymen, people who are not that educated, you know. Chassidus is very deep. It's just more accessible than the straight Kabbalah. So it's like Kabbalah for the masses. That's pretty much what it is. The Baal Shem Tov is buried in Mezhbish, which I've been to, you know, a few times. Been to also on this trip, and I've been to on a bunch of times. The Baal Shem Tov's main student was the Maggid of Mezrich, which I was just there recently for the first time. He's buried in Hanipol, next to Zusha from Hanipoli. Also on a river, like here, there's a river, there's a river. the Maggid Mezrich had many students. Each one of them started their own stream of Hasidus. One of them is known today as Chabad Lubavitch. Chabad Lubavitch has 7 rabbis. The final being Menachem Mendel, who's buried in Queens, New York, and who lived in Crown Heights. 770 is the big synagogue in Crown Heights, 770 Eastern Parkway. And to this day, most of the Hasidim, I mean, they're all over the world, but like the big main center is really in, Crown Heights. So he was the final rabbi of Chabad Lubavitch. The first is called the Alter Rebbe, the old Rebbe, and that's Shner Zalman from Liadi. And he's buried here in Haditch, so that's what this is all about, this whole campus, this whole situation here in Haditch. It's about the tomb and burial site of the first Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe. He's the author of the book Tanya. Tanya is, I think he wrote, you could read in the introduction to Tanya, he really wrote, he says in there, like, I can't answer all, every question from every one of my followers, so like here's a book that will teach you everything you need to know. Pretty much like that. Like this is like a handbook for Hasidic thought, is the Tanya. Anyway, so that's what we're doing here. That's what this is all about. L'chaim.